you know what Dan's going to do? He's going to donate a percentage of his winnings to the same charity that Daniel Moore is doing, because it was inspiring to see when he put out on social media. He said, hello everyone, this is not normally my thing, but like many of us, and as a father, I really can't imagine what these families are going through at this time. I'm not looking for a pat on the back, but I will be donating any prize money earned this weekend to support the families of the Hillcrest at Hillcrest Primary School in Tasmania. If you can spare $1 or $2, let's get around these poor families in what should be the happiest time of the year. And Daniel Moore joins us this morning. Dan, as you said, you're not looking for a pat on the back, but it is a great gesture from yourself, and I think a lot of people will be following you in with that. Where did it come from? Was it something just spur of the moment?
Morning, guys. No, yeah, obviously I wanted to make it really clear that it wasn't about me, and I wasn't looking for any, kudos or anything like that, as a lot of people sort of can. But I guess because I've got a little bit of a following on Twitter, I thought I'd just put it on there. It's something that my sort of family and I discussed, and I guess I was sort of searching a little bit for how you could help, because, like I said, as a father, it sort of struck me, and I tend to sort of not be able to watch, news reports and that are children related. It sort of gets to me a little bit, so I tend to try and ignore it a bit. But as the story sort of progressed and became a lot more public, it just seemed to get worse and worse. So obviously money isn't going to bring back those poor little kids, but anything we can do to support the people around them and the first responders and things like that is obviously trying to help.
There was a photo that will probably become timeless of the two police officers sitting on the hill with one leaning into the other. And Daniel, it's a sort of our Sandy Hook in a way, isn't it, with what happened in America with the death of innocence, like kids. And this was on the last day of school before holidays, and the freakiness of what happened, which no one can still understand. It's an incredible set of circumstances, and it's next level, isn't it, for scale? So, very hard, especially as I think every parent maybe feels an added layer of grief about what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I've sort of got a couple of friends that are policemen, and obviously they tell you stories and things like that, but again, when children are involved, it's a completely different sort of element, and very tough for them. I mean, they've got to live with that. They've got to work with it. So it's obviously horrific for those guys, as well as the families. And like you said, it's a pretty sort of horrible thing to have happened, and it's going to be, the ripple effect is going to be quite broad. So yeah, it's a difficult spot.
Well, and the ripple effect too is going to be the culpability element, which is going to be heartbreaking as well, because there's going to be investigations, and there's going to be people who are going to be found to have some level of culpability who are going to be deeply grieving as well, and are going to be feeling, absolutely horrid. So, yeah, the ripple effect, as you say, is going to be pretty bad as well.
So, Dan, we want you to ride 8 winners this weekend. You've got a couple today at Flemington, but you've got a really good book tomorrow at Sale as well.
Yeah, I do. I've just sort of come back from suspension, so only a couple of rides today, which is okay, but they're both with a good show, and obviously some nice rides tomorrow. So, we're doing our best. We got a little bit of prize money last night, but not a great deal, but we'll be doing our best for the rest of the weekend to get as much as we can.
And Real Sensation looks like a very good chance in race 8 today.
It'll win,
yeah,
won't it?
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, well, look, facts and figures say that it should be, riding the race up to its ears. It's we've discovered that the horse does need to be ridden quiet, so that's probably the only slight question mark today with the way the track's going to race with the wind and whatnot. And we are going to need a little bit of luck, but obviously last start when we rode the horse quiet and it got to the line as it did, just proved that it's worked its way back into form, and that's the way it needs to be ridden. So, we'll just need a little luck.
How much of a factor can that wind be at Flemington? Because it could be quite tricky today. There's the north wind earlier in the day, and then when the cool change comes, it's expecting to maybe swap around. So from a jockey, what does that mean tactic-wise during a race?
Yeah, I guess you just need to work out where you're going to get your cover, where it covers, necessary, and where it's not, where it can help you and where it can hinder you. So it'll be interesting. I live probably 15 minutes away from Flemington, and it's obviously very sunny, but the wind is very swirly. So it'll be interesting when I get out there and have a look at the track and the conditions as to where those spots on the track are going to be.
Who's your best tomorrow at Sale, do you think?
I've got a really mixed bag. Sort of hard to find one standout. There's several decent chances. So, look, if you follow me around all day, you probably shouldn't end up down on the ledger. So, see how we go.
Hey, what does a more family Christmas look like now? We're coming out of COVID a bit. Is this going to be a little bit different than the last couple?
Under the tree with those group ones.
I
hope
the kids are aware that Daddy's going to really come to the party this year.
They were aware. Don't worry about that. They were aware. My bank account's aware of it too. No, it's going to be pretty quiet, obviously. I'd planned to take sort of Boxing Day off, but I'd had suspensions and whatnot leading up to this period, so I'm going to keep working through. And yeah, it'll be just a quiet sort of affair at home. My weight's really good at the moment, so I can indulge a little bit. And it'd be just good to sit down and enjoy it with the family, I guess.
Well, mate, well done on the gesture today and tomorrow. We wish you all the best, that you can earn as much prize money to donate to those families down in Tasmania. Well done, Daniel.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me on.